It was a busy afternoon at JFK International Airport. Lines were long, people were tired, and Sam Walker, a retired Army sergeant in his late 60s, stood patiently at the TSA checkpoint. He had a small, worn-out duffel bag. Inside were a few clothes, a shaving kit, and a velvet case containing his service medals Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and a rare Joint Service Commendation Medal. The last one was for helping rescue a pilot whose helicopter was shot down behind enemy lines. He was flying to his grandson's graduation. It had been a long time since he'd seen family. The airport was bustling that day. Travelers hurried through the terminal, some dozing in their seats, others waiting for announcements. A father pushed a stroller, while keeping an eye on the clock. A businessman in a suit talked on his phone. A young couple walked hand in hand, laughing about something on their phone. It was a typical scene at any busy airport. Then there was Sam, at the security checkpoint. As his bag went through the scanner, a young TSA agent flagged it. He pulled out the velvet case and opened it with a raised brow. "These can't go through," he said flatly. "They're medals," Sam replied, calm but confused. "Military awards." "I've traveled with them before," the agent scoffed. "Doesn't matter. No sharp objects. These look like coins. Might be a threat." Before Sam could respond, the agent dropped the case into a gray bin labeled rejected items. Sam's face went pale. He didn't raise his voice, didn't argue. But as he picked up his bag and walked away, a woman nearby mid-40s, watching everything, stepped forward. She tapped the TSA agent. "You just threw away a war hero's medals." "So," he replied. She didn't answer. Instead, she walked to the middle of the terminal, pulled out her phone, and started recording. "This man served our country. He tossed his medals like trash." Within seconds, others stopped to listen. Another man, tall, with a Marine Corps cap, walked over and said, "Sir, what unit were you in?" 101st Airborne, Sam said softly. "Iraq." 2003? That's when the entire terminal froze. A group of veterans standing near Gate 17 overheard. Within moments, passengers started clapping. Airport staff stepped in. A senior TSA supervisor arrived, confused and alarmed. When he realized what happened, his expression changed instantly. He turned to his staff. "Find those medals, now." It took 5 minutes to dig through the reject bin, but they found the case. The supervisor handed it back to Sam with both hands. "I'm so sorry, sir," he said. "This never should have happened." But before Sam could leave, something incredible happened. One by one, strangers lined up to shake his hand. Flight attendants offered him an upgrade. A pilot walked over and saluted. The woman who recorded the video uploaded it on TikTok with the caption, "They disrespected a hero. But we didn't let it slide." It got 12 million views in 2 days. By the time Sam boarded his flight, the airline staff had announced over the intercom, "We are honored to have a decorated veteran with us today. Sergeant Sam Walker, thank you for your service." He sat down, silent, eyes full, not because he was angry, but because, for the first time in years, he felt seen. He wasn't just a number in line or an old man with a worn-out duffel bag. He was Sam Walker, a Bronze Star recipient, a Purple Heart recipient, and a soldier who had once risked his life to save a comrade in arms. His medals might not have been made of gold, but they were earned through blood, sacrifice, and most importantly, silence. The silence of those who serve, the silence that echoes in the hearts of those who understand the true cost of freedom. The silence that speaks volumes of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering patriotism. And as the plane took off, soaring above the clouds, he knew that the deafening roar of the engines couldn't drown out the echo of their sacrifice. He looked at the sea of faces below, each person going about their daily life, each person living in the freedom that he and so many others had fought for. He thought of all the times he had stood guard on lonely watchtowers, all the patrols he had led, all the lives he had saved. He thought of his fallen brothers in arms, their sacrifice forever etched in his memory. He closed his eyes, the medals heavy on his chest, a reminder of his duty, his honor, and his pride. For he was not just a veteran, he was a living, breathing testament to the indomitable spirit of those who serve. And as the plane flew on, he knew that the best of those who serve often go unsung. Their stories unwritten, their sacrifices unknown to most. But their service is a flame that burns brightly in the soul of our nation. It is a flame that needs to be acknowledged, cherished, and passed on to future generations. For the story of every veteran is a chapter in the grand narrative of our freedom, a narrative that must be told, retold, and forever treasured.